when you talk to people, you understand what the basic issues are that we all face. It's public safety. It's this feeling in the air right now that we're not safe. And there's a perception that you can do something illegal and get away with it. And we need to work to make sure that people know that if you disregard the law, you will be held accountable. It's working on education. As a father of two daughters, I want the best for my girls, and I believe every parent wants the best for their kids. And so making sure that every kid has a quality education, that they have the resources they need so that they can thrive. Right now, I have a lot of friends who are just like me, recently married, starting to have kids, trying to make it in New York City, and it's hard, and it's becoming harder. So that's why I want to work on things like the Berger-Braunstein bill to combat more burdensome laws like Local Law 97 and work towards making living here more affordable. There needs to be a voice of reason in the chaos that we have right now. Right? We cannot result to fear-mongering and stunts, because if we keep doing that, we're going to tear each other apart. That's why this race is important. And I implore you, please, on a special election like this, with such low turnout, with early voting happening between Labor Day weekend and 9/11, no one is coming out to vote. Take the time to tell your friends, your family, even someone you just see on the street, tell them that they need to go to the polls and vote, because your voice matters, and if we don't stand up, we don't make our voices heard, then we have no one to blame but ourselves when bad things happen. Thank you.
Okay, let's take a few questions. Alan?
Okay, I wrote it down. What's a bad car? What's a bad bicycle? How do you know what I was going to talk about? Okay. What are your views on congestion pricing and the general war on cars? It seems that the DOT wants to make driving as hard as possible. With increased use of cameras, fines, bike lanes, busways, etc. They do not seem to want any cars on the streets. Will you help motorists get their fair share of this anti-car trend?
I am opposed to congestion pricing. I think that is an unfair, it's an unfair tax on the outer boroughs, right? It affects the people who are going, if you have to drive into the city for a doctor's appointment, if you have to drive into the city to get a job, to work, who does this affect? It affects the outer boroughs right now. We need more robust, more efficient transportation opportunities. And we don't have that right now. And so the congestion pricing is a massive burden on the outer boroughs. I'm glad to see that New Jersey State has filed a lawsuit. Staten Island also. It is unfair for the outer boroughs right now.
What about these bike lanes and bus lanes?
Sure it's not Mark that you're asking these questions?
You know what?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'll go next, only because this comes up a lot. So the New York specifically has had a recent influx of migrants. Obviously our city legislators, state legislators, and our federal legislators have no say in this whatsoever. So how do you plan on working with your partners in government to help mitigate what seems to be very soon to be a crisis in New York City, to the point where we just won't have the resources to help people?
New York cannot be on the hook for this. Right now, if we keep going like this, it's going to cost the city $12 billion going through 2025. And it's just going to keep getting worse. This whole situation has been mishandled from the start, and both parties are to blame. We cannot cannot make this a political issue. This has to be an issue. Both sides need to work together to get this done. It's time to stop blaming each other. It's time to work together and finally deal with this situation. Because at the end of the day, if we keep playing politics, if we keep resorting to fear-mongering and stunts in order to get a vote, then who ends up suffering? It's the asylum seekers, and it's the districts and the communities that are sheltering them. Those are the people who suffer. It's the constituents who end up suffering when we resort to fear-mongering and stunts. We resort to making this a political issue. That's why I am committed to day one. I will work with both parties on this, because this needs to be a Democratic and Republican joint effort to fix this and get this done once and for all.